doing it. You supposed to be happy you sitting there with Kid L. Why you mad?
The Kid L podcast.
Yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah.
That's how it be.
What was
I
your
don't know.
experience working with an LA Chopper?
I mean, we didn't really work. We just had like an event. Like we just gave out herbs to the crowd at one of his concerts, and that's like the only time we did something together. But it was smooth though. You know, he cool people, a genuine dude. So, yeah, that whole thing was just like it was so divine because it's like I always knew I was gonna meet him, but I didn't think it was gonna be on stage for the first time. So that shit was dope, bro. I'm not gonna lie, it was a good experience.
He's like a spiritual outlooker too, isn't he?
Yeah.
He kind of really gets into that spiritual path.
Yeah, that's how we locked in because we was both on the same type of time.
Oh, for sure. Tell everybody where you're from, bro.
I'm from Detroit. And a lot of people don't know I'm from Detroit. That's why I wanted to like start working with more people from the city because people don't know I'm from the city. So I want to start like helping my city more and just start representing my city more type shit.
Yeah, you dived into Atlanta for a while, right?
Mm-hmm.
So are you permanently there, or are you kind of just back and forth between here and Atlanta?
Yep. I just moved to Atlanta like 2 years ago. I just seen how convenient it is for like resources, connections, how much that shit can really just take you to the next level. And I just seen how it just had resources that Detroit didn't have. So I moved out there and I just wanted to make it work to the point where it's like I had no money, no place to go. I just jumped in that water and made it work. And that risk made everything, take place of how it's going on.
Tell everybody the journey of growing up in Detroit, and then we'll hop into Atlanta.
Well, basically, I was all around Michigan for real. I started off East 7 Mile lapping. Moved when I was like 5, 6 years old to East Point. Moved from there to the West Side, Southfield. Then moved Clinton Township. My parents just kept like leasing places and shit. Then they got divorced and we just ended up having to move all around the state for real. But it was smooth. Like, what I'm saying? I got to like observe all environments, get some traits from this environment, get some traits from this environment. And that's how I'm like so diverse and versatile because I didn't just grow up in one spot. So I feel like that helped me for the better because it made me more of just an outgoing person, just a more of a, I don't know how to really explain it, like more of a just a more, I don't know, like you feel me, just made me more aware, just more me like adapting. I can adapt anywhere type shit.
Yeah, I have a lot of rapper friends that will talk about that. They'll talk about how they were in Detroit and they thought Detroit was the whole world basically. They didn't know there was more to it. And once they actually started flying to different cities and countries and everything, they were like, whoa.
You feel me? That's the same with me.
Yeah,
that's how it was. The first place I went was Houston. I was like 18 years old. It's the first time I left the city, like for real, as I was older. And I'm just thinking like, damn, like it's so much more out there. And like ever since I came back, I was just trying to get my people to like start traveling more and start doing more shit with their life. Cause like it's so much you can do in the world, and just when you leave your environment, it's so much people out there that you didn't know existed, so much opportunities. And it's like once you get the smell of it, you can't go back to your old hometown. Like that's why I had to take that risk, cause it's like all this shit didn't change when I moved, so what's the point of me going back to Detroit? I didn't see how much of a difference it was.
What was like the breaking point for you in Detroit where you realized you had to start going and exploring other cities?
That's a good question. Basically, it was just me realizing I was stagnant. Like I realized that I wasn't going to be able to get nowhere just continuing to stay in my same place, and I had to eventually branch off. But the breaking point itself was, like I said, I went to Atlanta for a trip, just a regular trip to travel, and I knew some people out there. So next thing you know, I'm linking up with them, and they connected me with celebrities, rappers, all kind of stuff, influencers. And I'm just like, hold on, this shit not normal where I'm coming from. Like I'm not used to being in this different type of caliber. So when I'm doing that all week and I come back home and there's nothing going on, I'm like, bro, I don't care what I got to do. I'm going to Atlanta. I'm making this shit work. So that was my situation for real.
What was your first connections that you were making and networking out there that people would kind of be able to relate to or know of the people that you were connecting with? Could you pull that microphone into yourself a little bit?
Yeah, got you. Yeah. The first person I met was Chopper, and then I had went to his house before the concert. We had worked out what we was gonna do and everything like that, and then I pull up, I go backstage, I look to my left, I see Cenat, I see King Von, nephew and sister. I see, all type of influencers. I see, Tootie, PGF. I'm seeing a whole bunch of rappers and influencers. So I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Where am I at right now? I'm like, this is like too much, too fast. Because I'm used to, like I said, Detroit and, the same environment. I'm not used to nothing big, nothing major. So I experienced that, bro. I'm like, what do I have to do to keep this going? What do I have to do? Where do I have to be? Who do I have to be around to keep this shit going? Because I'm like, it's a different type of feeling. And then that whole day was just beautiful. Like, what I'm saying? First time being on stage. I'm on the crowd passing out herbs, and I'm hearing people say, Rell, Rell, Rell. So I'm like, what the fuck? People know me here too? So it was just like a great ass experience. And that shit just, it gave me a boost of motivation that I never would have had if I would have stayed in my city.
And when you're talking about people recognizing you, is this around the time that your TikTok and social media is really blowing up, or was this like in the beginning of it?
It's the middle. I was like, I'm always blowing up. Like people always like following me. Like thousands of people follow me every saw. Around that time, it was like I was blowing up, but it wasn't peak yet. So I'm over here not realizing my impact still. Like I'm not getting noticed like that. I ain't really started getting noticed until after I moved from Detroit. So I'm getting noticed on stage. It's like my second, third time getting noticed, and I'm just like, wow, I was just like, that whole day was just crazy to me.
Right. On TikTok, you reached 1 million followers, and that's a hell of a journey, right? Obviously, a lot of your content is motivational, conscious. It's a lot about getting people to just live in reality and to really help make life decisions for people that might not have the ability to understand things beyond their own experiences until they hear somebody like you talk about it. What was the beginning of the journey for TikTok for you and for social media?
So I started, the reason why I took this to social media is because people wasn't trying to hear what I had to say in person. So it's like, what I'm saying, class clown, goofy dude, like the exact opposite of how I am now. So when I found, when I found knowledge, when I found the lane of enlightenment, that's what I'm trying to share to the people around me, trying to help them out how it helped me out, but ain't nobody trying to listen. So I'm like, okay, bet. I got a platform with like 800 subscribers at the time on YouTube. So I'm like, let me start posting on YouTube. My video's not doing that much. So I'm like, okay, TikTok, let me try TikTok. Long story short, started posting on TikTok. I blew up like the next day.
Right.
And I'm just like, okay, bet. Y'all ain't trying to hear me in real life. Let me take my knowledge to TikTok. You feel me? So I'm over here making all the videos. So all the shit I've been learning this whole time, they loving it. Like people is following me from all across the world.
Yeah.
People telling me like they commenting first on my videos. Like, oh, like I'm getting them type of comments now. Like, I'm like, oh shit, I'm really doing something. So as I'm seeing they fucking with it, I'm just spamming videos, 10 videos a day, 10 videos a day. I hit 100,000 followers in 1 week, and then at that rate, I was just going up. I had like 400K. I got my account deleted.
Damn.
So I'm thinking like, bro, damn. I'm like but at the same time, it gave me a split decision. Like, do you really want this life? Like, do you really? Because now you can have the choice to fall off the face of the earth, or you can take this as far as it can go. So I'm over here thinking like, what do I really want to do in my life? Because once you take this route, ain't no going back. People can't unknow your face. So I'm thinking like, you know what? Let me just see what this shit can do. So I made videos again. I started posting again, made a whole new account. They found me the next day. Everybody following me back again. Boom, boom, boom. Next thing you know, 100K in a week again.
Damn.
Ran that up. I'm at like 500K. Boom. A TikTok administrator hit me up. Said she liked my videos. Said that she watched my stuff all the time and she gonna try to get my account unbanned. Boom. Got my account unbanned. Now I got 2 accounts for 400K and 500K.
Beautiful.
Going crazy on both of them. Now, boom, hit 1 million on one of them. Sold the other account because I needed the money.
How much you sell for?
1,500.
God damn, that's nothing, man.
I know, but at the time the value was so high because I was homeless. Like I said, I moved to Atlanta. I was homeless. I had no money, no crib, nobody. I didn't know nobody for real. So I'm over here like trying to make shit work. I made it work good for about 3 months, and then that's when that breaking point came. The birthday coming up, I got a lot of shit I gotta do. I'm like, what can I do for some big money? I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, this other account ain't even talking about shit, and I got a whole nother account with 1 million followers. So I'm like, I might as well just sell this bitch. So that 1,500.
You pull that microphone. You want to keep it like a fistful from your face.
I got you.
I thought about that too. One time, I think last year, I was thinking about selling my account. I think I was just tripping, but I only have 69,000 followers, 70,000 followers, but I still wouldn't sell it for. I swear to you, I would not sell my account for not even $250,000.
Yeah.
Because if you know how to operate an account, you can make it worth way more than the following.
Monetize it, get the money right back. Yeah.
Well, if you can offer things. It's not even just about the social media paying you. It's about people paying you and your
promo,
your influence and
connections.
all that types of, all that type of shit. So, but you had how many? 500,000 and you sold it for
I had 400,000. I think it was like pushing 500,000 or around 500,000. I just sold that because I had 2. So I'm like, I don't even need this. I don't even post on this. So I'm like, that was really free money. But
$1,500.
I know.
That dude's probably making a killing off of your account right now. So,
I ain't gonna lie, he hasn't been posting for real. But yeah, he hasn't.
You kept track of the shit.
Yeah.
Talk about that time you were saying though you're homeless at the same time while you're trying to manage all this. How did you get to a point of being homeless?
So I left. Basically, long story short, when I had came to Atlanta and came back home, I feel like God really gave me an extra push to move because He knew I was gonna be overthinking shit. I was on like, let me get 10,000 first. Let me get this first, this first, this first. So what He did was, as soon as I came back home, got into my step pops, and the crib was in my step pop's name because we had a duplex, a 2-family flat. crib upstairs, crib downstairs. The whole crib was in his name. Got into it with him as soon as I got back pretty bad. So then I'm like, bro, I'm not about to just leave this house and get comfortable again in Michigan. I'm like, you know what? I'm about to just go back to Atlanta and make it work. Because my faith is so strong. I believe I can do anything regardless of how my circumstances look. And it might sound crazy, but that's how I'm here now, because my risk is so, like, the risk I take is so, like, crazy, because I know it's going to work because my faith is that strong. Mm-hmm. So left the next day, I had $20 to my name. I spent that shit on food. So I'm in Atlanta after that, because I had somebody get my flight. Boom. I go with $0 and I'm just thugging it, and then shit just coming up on the way there. Like, boom, now my man, somebody I connected with, he on tour for a certain reason, so he let me on tour with him, and he taking care of food and all that stuff. So I'm like, okay, this low-key working so far. Boom, I made enough money to be on my own, being on tour with him, so he just dropped me off. I told him I was gonna get B&Bs at the time. I'm getting Airbnbs and shit like that, making it work, until I realized, like, everything going smooth until I realized until my money go out. And I'm like, hold on, what am I about to do now? And I'm thinking like, oh shit, I have nowhere to go. So now my money ran out. I had like $1,500 from that tour, getting Airbnbs, hotels, making it work until my money ran out. And I'm like, oh shit, I have nowhere to go tomorrow. And after that, that's when shit started getting dark. Like, it'll just be days I had to like sleep in my girl car or something like that, because my girl was coming out to Atlanta to see me, so I had to sleep in her car, sleep in studios. 21 Savage, shout out 21 Savage. I got locked in with his producer, and I was sleeping in his studio and shit. So it would be times where I would be sleeping in the studio, I'll wake up and I'll see 21 in the bathroom or some shit like that. It would be times where I just, celebrities coming through. So it was low-key lit, but at the same time over here, like, damn, I'm really living in the studio. Like, it was just bad, bro. But
when you woke up and you seen 21 Savage, what's like happening? It's just like, what up? And that's to go back to bed?
It was like, it didn't even process until afterwards. So I wake up, just go to the bathroom, whatever, looking in the mirror and shit. I see 21 walk right past me so casually. I'm like, oh shit, what's good? 21 years like, what up? And then he just went in there, took his shit. I'm not finna just talk to him through the stars. So I just left, and I'm just like, damn. I saw him like 2 or 3 times in there. So it was like, he know my face. We just say what's up and just keep it pushing, because I know that's his place of business. So I'm never gonna be on no fan shit or nothing.
Sure. So you're in there and you're trying to figure things out while you're going from place to place.
Mm-hmm.
People love you enough to let them stay at your studios and in the cars and everything. Well, the car is crazy, but that's all you can get, right? So talk about it from there. Like, talk about how you kept it pushing from that point.
So basically, it was just one step at a time. Like, I really don't even know what was the breaking point that made everything change, but I just know, boom. See, me and my girl at the time, we was just both in the same position, so we trying to hustle. Like, I got these herbs. You know what herbs are? Mm-mm. Yeah, herbs is like a natural medicine that comes from the earth. It's like a natural plant
herbs.
medicine.
I thought you meant like a special like branded herb you have.
Okay, cool.
Right,
So
right.
I had made my own herbs. I learned that from the person I was on tour with, and now we outside, posted up outside of places, stores, restaurants, from to sell them bitches. Just like, there's some hair herbs, help the hair, help the skin. Like, we just trying to promote this shit. Like, I'm over here so stressed out, bro, because I don't even like selling things. Like, I don't like having to verbally sell things. So I'm so stressed out all day, every day. Like, we got to make a certain amount of money so we can eat, so we can sleep. And we doing this like every day. And then we scrape up enough money for a B&B. And I'm just like, I'm ready for this shit to be over. But I did not go back home because I wanted to prove to myself I could do it. I wanted to prove to myself that this was all going to work. It wasn't going to be for no reason. And it wasn't, bro. So like the next year, 2023, I did go back home in November to get myself back on my feet. So I was in Detroit in November for about 5 months, stacked up like 2-3 racks, ended up getting an apartment, a 13-month lease, and just paying $1,400 a month from there. And I ended up getting my own crib in Atlanta. Everything worked out from there. So
how are you able to pay the bills?
Promotions, things with social media, just monetizing my social media. I was able to go from there, and really, like, God, like the Most High, bro, like that's the only way things can make sense. Like, I could not have no money and rent could be due tomorrow, and somehow that shit would come up, and it will be happening consistently. So I really believe in like having strong faith. And when I say God, I'm not talking about the Christian God. I'm not talking about all these different beliefs. I'm talking about just the Most High, the person that created me and you. Like, if you have a strong faith in that creator, everything will work out. I genuinely believe that. I don't even know the science behind it.
Right. Well, because people need something to rely on, to put their mind towards and their energy towards, and when they feel like it's a bigger figure, that helps them to push it forward. It's like, now I have a belief in something, so therefore there's a reason that it's gonna all work out. For me, what I'm really seeing is that you put all of your energy towards survival, and because you were so talented and so creative and a good salesman, you were able to build from that point, and just you became a great salesman, and you became a great entertainer and a great figure for people to listen to.
Absolutely.
And you just kept pouring into that, and to the point where success eventually came.
Mm-hmm.
And so once you find the success, what do you do with it? Once your following's crazy, you're getting a lot of engagement, you're meeting people, you're networking. What are the big moments for you? I seen a picture of you with Dwight Howard, which was funny as hell.
Yeah. Shout out Dwight, bro. I be trying to tell everybody how Dwight is a whole different person than people perceive him. Like, people perceive him as all this negative shit, the weird shit, the freaky shit, whatever the media be talking about. But that's how it go. Like, the media is gonna paint their own perception of you. But it's like, if you meet him in person, you will see how he a very cool dude. You know, chill dude. Nice, like loving, like, you know what I'm saying? He just like a cool person to hang around. I feel like nobody can just dislike Dwight if you meet him in person.
I think Dwight, when he was in the NBA, everybody just thought he was soft. They thought he could play harder because he was so fucking big. And then I think after the NBA, it was just that situation of like people were accusing him of liking men or something like that, and he just didn't really defend the situation if he liked men or not, or whatever the situation might be. But I think that blew over too. He's still like a significant force as far as figures are concerned.
And that's why he didn't respond, because I was always asking him, like, you don't care? Like, he just don't be caring, because he understands how the media works. He understands how people is, and he don't want to waste his time responding, because his focus is on real life. Like, in real life, he's happy. In real life, he got his kids. You know, he focusing on real life shit. So I feel like when you get to a different caliber of a celebrity, the media doesn't affect you like the average person. Like, he's living in real life. So that's why it's like he's not even fazed by it.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people are saying about Drake right now, right? They're saying like Drake is like, he's taking pictures of himself and posting them on social media, and a lot of people are coming out saying that guy's an actor. Like, he's literally just a rich ass actor. He doesn't really give a fuck about anything he's posting or doing. He knows he's just making a ton of money off of what's going on right now.
I believe the same way. I think so too. I feel like Drake is not even like in the same mental space as he was before this whole beef and shit. Like, he's not even looking the same. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it can really take a toll on you. It depends on the circumstance. Like, you know, you got one person, you got one celebrity where they calling them gay, and one celebrity where they calling them a pedophile. I feel like it's two different reactions. So I don't think he just nonchalant brushing that shit off. He feels that, you know what I'm saying? Like, he cares about that, because this is the world calling you a pedophile. I feel like Drake not recovering from that no time soon.
You don't think so?
I really don't believe so, because that's an allegation that you can't come back from.
Yeah, that's a tough one for sure. I'd be pissed off if somebody called me that, and I know I had nothing to do with any of that shit. I'd be fucking mad.
And it's like, you can't even say nothing too much. Like, it's nothing you can say, because once that image is on you, oh, Kid L, you talking about this person, the pedo, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it don't even matter what you say, because once the allegation is stronger than the response, it's over for you. And that was a very strong allegation.
Yeah, that makes you wonder if you really want to reach those heights of success, right? Have you ever thought about that? Like, how far you want to push?
All the time. And I had to come to, like, you ever did shrooms before?
Yeah.
So I did shrooms, and my mind like kind of showed me what my potential, what I was capable of. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of broke down and cried, because I got scared that, am I even ready for this shit? Like, I seen that I could go far. Like, I'm talking about Lil Baby. I'm talking about like the greats of the greats. And I'm saying this in the most humble way possible, because it's like, I don't even care about it. But I know that my potential, on top of my discipline and consistency, it's inevitable to lead to that status. So I'm seeing this shit, and I got scared that I'm like, bro, I don't even want to have to deal with what comes with this, because everything in life is balanced. So if something that's very good, it has to have a very bad balance.
Right.
So I understand that my potential is going to lead me to somewhere that's very good, but I'm just like, damn, I'm not going to be ready, because I know it's going to come with a lot of shit that hopefully I'm going to be able to handle. But
well, yeah, that's why earlier you said that when you lost your first page, you questioned yourself if you even wanted to get back into the game, because you know what can happen if you really go deep into it, right? And so now, with the success that you have gotten, has that changed at all? Are you still thinking about like slowing things down, or how are you processing everything right now?
I feel like now I'm already too deep in, to the point where it's like, let's just see how far this shit can go. You know, that's how I'm looking at it now.
There's
now,
no going back, right?
It's no going back, because it's like, it's to the point where now I literally cannot go anywhere without taking pictures. And it's like, of course I love it, but it's like, it's too late, you know what I'm saying? So if it's like that now, I might as well just keep on going and just make this my new life, because I'd rather be an impact, an influence, and a known person rather than not being a nobody, you know what I'm saying? I don't care what comes with this. I just would hate to be average, because I feel like, damn, we here for 100 years tops, 80 years average, 60 years average. What the fuck is the point of being a nobody? Like, do something with this life. Like, see how far this shit can take you. Right. And I'm so glad that I did start posting again, because I'm seeing how much of an influencer, being an influencer and being a person with just like influence, can really give you a leverage in life.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. And I know this is gonna sound like arrogant and cocky and shit, but like from the point where like nobody knew who I was to like me walking in Detroit and people stopping their cars and like waving at me and trying to get pictures with me, I did realize something kind of wild. It's like, cause we are so used to what this is now at that level, it's almost like you don't understand what it's like to be that guy that has absolutely nothing and less than that. Like when I look at those people that like their lives are just completely fucked up in every single category. They're in and out of jail. They're fucking on drugs. They're in all these crazy situations. I had to stop and remind myself, like, dude, that guy's life is so fucked up that an influencer or somebody speaking to him through the internet might actually motivate him to get his fucking life together. Because, like, I'm not on that level at all where I need somebody to tell me something.
Yeah.
But, like, somebody who's so fucked up that has literally fucking nothing might look and be like, damn, bro, this guy just fucking saved my life.
Yeah.
Like, Rell literally just saved my life watching this video. You did a video of you in a casket, right?
Uh-huh.
And I seen the comments and I seen the engagement of you speaking to the people through the casket. And I was like, yo, that's probably fucking helped somebody right there.
Right,
You know
right, exactly.
So you going out of your way to do a lot of it, but it's a passion as well. What has been the most interesting people you've come across as far as people you have inspired or you have maybe got a message from saying you saved them in some type of way?
See, I'm not gonna lie, that right there I would never get used to. Like people telling me I changed their life, I look at it and I just digest it every time. 1,000 times I get it, I digest it every single time. Which is like, I don't think people understand how much of a blessing that is to be able to really change somebody's life. Because it's like, I felt depression before, I felt being stuck, I felt the worst of the worst. So when I was in that state, I wanted somebody I can just watch and change everything. I know how that will feel. So the fact that somebody can tell me that I'm the one that pulled them from that, it feels so good to my soul. And that's why I would never stop posting. Like I would never stop helping people. I can get $1 million, I can get 10 million followers. It's not about that shit, it's about the impact. And I feel like that's the main reason why I just love what I do, because it's helping people, you know what I'm saying? And when you needed help, you value help better. You know, when you needed help before, you quit to help somebody next time because you want to bring somebody from how you was before, basically.
For sure.
So that's why I feel so good.
How was the No Jumper experience for you?
No Jumper was the craziest shit to me, bro. It was the craziest shit because it was like I watch No Jumper all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like every day, I'm always watching No Jumper, whoopty whoop. And I remember like, I never thought it was possible. To never think something is possible and then do it, it's a feeling that every human needs to experience. Like it just hits so different. So the whole time, like this is like, I didn't even speak about this, but the whole time I'm in a podcast, I'm just looking around like I'm really here right now. Like I'm having a whole breakthrough in my head. Like, Rell, how the fuck are you in No Jumper right now? And in California on tour, because I was on tour at the time. So that shit just really have you thinking and just really self-evaluating, just like appreciating your accomplishments and how far you came, just being in a whole different environment. Be like, you know, talking to people that you used to watch, just being on the platform, like even this is dope as hell. Being on this couch, it's a legendary couch. You had some legends on here, bro. So it's like, you feel me? It's a great ass feeling being on platforms and being around people that you used to watch and actually fucked with. So like, that was so dope to me. It was surreal, bro. It was surreal.
Yeah, man. It's like I could see it in your face, and I could see watching it, because I know on Instagram you really just post your images. You don't really post like too much of the stuff.
Yeah,
that
I got
post
2 accounts where I do post my videos on.
Yeah, and then the other page, the main page, is the one where you kind of just show what's going on in your life and keeping people updated with it.
Yeah.
And I always pronounce his name wrong. Cenat.
Yeah.
Right? I seen a picture of you with him too, and he's fucking blown up. Since the point you even met him till now, is like fucking gigantic.
He's been taking off.
What was that experience like for you to run into him and see his growth?
Like I said, it didn't feel real. Like I ain't gonna lie, it didn't process the whole night. I'm like, what the fuck? It still don't process. Like I be having to get reminded that I met some of these people because it just don't feel real to my life. So yeah, I'm seeing him and shit, and I'm just like, bro, that's Kai. So I'm just chopping it up with him, and it's crazy because he's not even Hollywood. I'm with him. We just chopping it up the whole night. I'm sitting by him in the concert and stuff. So we chopping it, and I'm just asking him questions like, 'cause this is my first time being around celebrities or people with influence, and I'm also on that way, on that path. So I'm asking him like, do you get tired of taking pictures? You know, how you move and all kind of stuff and things like that. So he just giving me advice and things, and I'm just thinking like the whole week I was in Atlanta, I'm just processing that one day. Like I cannot believe all that shit happened. You feel me? Like
when you're pushing these messages out and everything that you have been pushing out, what are you noticing that people are more so gravitating to And what age demographic do you feel like is really gravitating to you at the same time as well?
That's a good question, but it's mostly everybody. I can't really just say it's one specific group because I can go to a party, get noticed by people in the party. I can go to older restaurant where old people get noticed there. I can go, like, all age groups watch me, and that's because, you know, I talk about things that all people can gravitate to.
True.
So I feel like what they like the most is the conspiracy stuff that I no longer do because it's a waste of time. I feel like I came up off doing conspiracies. I was a little nigga. I was a conspiracy theorist. You feel me?
What was your most famous conspiracy?
My most famous conspiracy was you said most famous. I had a lot of them that blew up. I'm not gonna lie, but my most popular ones was about, you know, rappers being clones, about, you know what I'm saying, hell not being real. That was the first video that ever blew up about hell not being real.
Do you feel like you're like there are clones, or are you done with conspiracies? Like, are you just done with even like talking about it?
I'm in between, bro. Like, basically, because it's like, I believe that you got to unlearn things to grow. You got to learn things and then unlearn it to grow, to be open-minded. So I learned about all these conspiracies and shit, and I'm thinking, like, and you know what's crazy to me? It took for me to have to be a quote-unquote influencer or a celebrity to see how it's a different side to this shit. So now I'm telling people that, oh, this person, the Illuminati, they're a clone, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. And then as soon as I blow up and I start taking pictures with these people and I start doing these big things, oh, Rell chose the Illuminati, he a conspiracy, he a clone, he this, he that. So I'm seeing this, I'm seeing how it works now, and I'm seeing like, oh, shit, it's probably not what people think. And I'm seeing like it's two sides to every story. So I kind of cut back on calling everybody clones and Illuminati and sellout and all that shit, because I see like it's easy, like it's easier than you think to blow up. It's really not that hard. People just don't want this shit for real. People think as soon as you blow up and you start being on these platforms, you automatically sold your soul, you automatically did this weird shit, but it's not like that. So now that I'm seeing it for myself and I'm actually being with these people in real life, I don't believe that shit.
There is a discrepancy. There are stipulations to some people's success. It's basically,
absolutely,
it can happen where basically if you're going to reach a certain level of stardom, the person in control of your success, whoever's managing you or whatever label or whatever the situation might be, might have you make some type of sacrifice. And I'm not saying that they're going to have you go kill a family member or anything like that, but sometimes they request that you do something that you can't come back from, and they'll like film it, they'll film you doing something, or they'll put you in a situation where it's like, if you fuck this up in any type of way, if you go back on us, we have this, so don't fuck around.
That's not even conspiracy, that's a fact. You know what I'm saying? I had people personally tell me how this shit go, and they can't even like drop the names and things like that. So I do believe that, I just believe that it's like you got to use your judgment with it. You know what I'm saying? It's not everybody. Like at first I thought it was everybody, like the Polo G's, the Ride Ways. It's different calibers to this shit. So as I seen, like, you know what I'm saying, even talking to people that I thought once sold they sold, seeing how different it can be, that's what made me change my perspective. But I do believe that there's still people out there that have to do some sacrificing or weird shit or gay shit to get to where they at, because that's a real thing.
You see, like Fulio, his lives have been going crazy lately, even though he's passed away. Like his posts and his stories, and I look at that and I'm almost like sickened by the fact that whoever's running that page is trying to keep us thinking that Fulio is still alive.
What's the point? Like, it's a whole funeral out. Like, I don't get the whole point of that. Like, that shit is just, it's pointless. Like, you making him look stupid. Like, why are you trying to make him seem like he's alive when everybody knows he's dead? I think it's a picture of him with his dead body, is it? Yeah. Like, yeah, I don't see the point of that. Like, you know, people just, I don't know, they're just clout hungry. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, it's a wild time, bro. Like, social media can, like, change your perception on something that's not true, like you're saying. You think, even though you utilize social media for your success, do you find any faults in it? Do you find any faults in people's perception and how they use it?
Absolutely. People keep doing, like, they look at the numbers and the followers, and that's all they want. So they go about it however. They lose their morals, they lose the authenticity, they lose all the shit that matters. So they will start posting any and everything. Like, I know you see how the internet is now. It's like, it's all clout based. Everybody just doing shit to blow up and just to get views. And that shit just lame to me. Like, I don't even like being around people that's like that, because just like, I like genuineness the most. Because in a world where everybody is fake, two-faced, got a mask on, I love people that's genuine. and that's all I separate myself around. So
Well, yeah, I'm sure with the people that you've met, you've probably had people that you were inspired by, or that you looked at their artistry and was like, damn, I really want to meet that person. And then when you actually met them, you realize like this is the same thing as
you feel me?
what
That
you're putting on in the world. You know what I mean?
I've seen that so many times to the point where it's like it's really hard to be a fan of somebody now, because
Right.
it's like you're not really a fan of this person, you're a fan of the image that they gave you. And it's like when you start meeting these people in real life, and it's like, oh wow, you are a weirdo. It's like you start looking at other people different, because that happens so many times. So yeah, I don't even like. I just fuck with people now. I'm not a fan of people no more, because I'm starting to see how this shit really is, and it's like nobody is really who they come on to be. And that's why I'm glad that I'm doing what I'm doing, because it's like I don't have to have an image. I'm just a person that save myself, and I'm trying to save people. You feel me? I'm not trying to sugarcoat nothing. I'm still a nigga. I still do nigga shit. So I'm not trying to be perfect. I'm not trying to. So it's like that's the main thing. It's just about just being authentic and staying to yourself and being genuine. That's the only people I mess with. You feel me? Like if I'm gonna be around any celebrity, any influencer, just know they real. Cause I'm not being around nobody for what they offer or nothing like that. Cause if it's not genuine, I'm not fucking with it.
So you're being more specific about who's around you and what you're putting yourself around.
100%. 100%. Like I'm telling you, like in Atlanta, cause everybody's known in Atlanta. You feel me? Everybody is famous. Everybody got their shit going. So you start looking at the person you are now rather than your status. The status don't mean nothing. It's all about the person you are. You feel me? Because even all numbers not good numbers. All money ain't good money. All followers ain't good followers, and all likes ain't good likes. But it's about you being a good or a bad person. That's why I separate myself around good people.
What's the biggest thing that you have learned so far from navigating through the mainstream and the celebrity lifestyle? What's the biggest things that you have learned that have helped transform you?
It's all about the people you know. You know what I'm saying? It's not about nothing else. It's all about the people you know. The people that you know can change your whole life. You feel me? Like, shit, that's the main thing. Like, just about networking. Like, you know, one thing I hated about Detroit is how everybody mean mugs down here. You feel me? Like, I come to Atlanta and I'm mean mugging people that's saying what's up to me. So I had to learn how to grow out of that. And now I'm the one that's, oh, what's going on? I like your shoes, bro. This, that. I'm talking to strangers. I'm not just looking at them. When I'm in parties, what's going on, bro? Your fit hard as hell. Like, I'm giving compliments. I'm breaking people out that mean mugging mentality, because you want to meet people. You want to get cool with people. You want to, you know what I'm saying, provide connections and shit like that. So it's like Atlanta and Detroit are completely different spectrums of that. Like it's an opposite, you feel me? So it's like that's why people are so successful down there, because they connecting, they working together, they building. Down here, it's like it's more of just a standoff type shit. That everybody don't trust nobody. Can't nobody come together, and that's like my main problem with the city. But I'm starting to actually see the better side of it, you know, fucking with Johnny, fucking with Jack, and you know, people like that, just that's trying to work and build and grow. So this time that I came back to Detroit, I've been on the just the creating side of it. When I'm connecting with people and just building, I'm liking this, you know. It's kind of different than what I'm used to than the last time.
Who you've been networking with since your time back in Detroit?
Time back in Detroit, I locked in with Jack Funny, Big Tay, Tay Crispy, you shit. Just I'm trying to network with everybody that's in Detroit. To me and Rocky Bad was already cool, but you know, we were supposed to do something like a skit or something when I was down here. We didn't end up doing that. But
Are you staying out here for a while, or are you bouncing?
I'm bouncing for real. Like, I really don't know what I'm finna do, because it's like I might come back for the summer. I don't know, bro. I'm really just like, I just be moving around so much. You feel me? Like, yeah.
Talk about some aspects of when people do reach out to you. Like I said earlier, you know, people are gravitating to you for influence. What is the most influential purpose for people to reach out to you? What do you think has touched the most people as far as something you've said or done so far?
Diet, for real. Like, people telling me how I changed their diet, because I'm vegan. I've been vegan for 4 years. And when, like, you know, the average person, and they don't want to go vegan. So it's like, when I put some sense in their head and like give them a different perspective about the diet, and they actually pay attention, they gonna come back and let me know, like, bro, I feel so good now. My thoughts is better. My skin is clearing up. Whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. And that's like been the most consistent. But the most valuable is when people tell me, like, I pulled them out of depression. Like, that's my main thing, because I like, your mindset is everything. Like, I save people from killing themselves. It's like shit like that. Like, that's my main focus, is to help people from being depressed.
What do you think is getting people to this point where, you know, you just start off born as a child, you know, as a baby, and then you're growing up through life, and then certain things are happening for you to become depressed over time?
Yeah.
Some people it's neurological, like it's in the brain, there's nothing you can really do about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's biological. But then there's some people who are self-created depression. how do you help the people that are self-created people that are depressed?
It's like the human brain is like, it needs training. It don't really know how to live. It's like, that's why people overthink. To me, it's like overthinking is so pointless, because what are you overthinking it for? If you can't do anything about it and it didn't happen yet, why are you jumping to the worst case scenario? So the brain don't even know how to really live. The brain just brains. And the fact that I stepped outside my brain doing things like meditation, psychedelic shrooms, or whatever, I stepped outside my brain and I seen how it worked, and that's how I make changes to it, and that's how I'm able to help other people, because I know how the brain works. So it's like, for example, things like overthinking or stressing, I hardly do, because I see how it doesn't go nowhere. So I stop my brain from gathering certain emotions from overthinking. I just help other people with the same thing. So it's like, people, they have a negative mindset because that's how your brain is conditioned. When something happens so many times, it's like programmed to look at things that way. So it's like, if you always just getting bullied, or if you always getting talked about growing up, you're going to be insecure for the rest of your life, because it's like your brain is conditioned to being talked about, feeling hurt. So it's like, it's my job to articulate words in a way where you can see how that's not how you got to look at yourself. I can make you look at things differently, change your perspective. You feel me? Like,
Absolutely.
That's my main thing, to just change people's perspectives.
Right. People's minds are, they don't know how to manage their minds, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the mind is really just two facets of one of it's your memory, and another side of it's your imagination. Right. So if your mind is memory and imagination, both of those things don't exist right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you're constantly living in your memory and you're constantly living in your imagination, it's going to create certain types of anxieties and trigger certain parts of your body to feel a certain way that's not happening at this very particular moment.
Exactly.
And then people always argue, they're like, oh, so if a train's about to hit you from a quarter mile away, what are you going to do? Say, well, it's not about to hit me, so I'm not going to get out of the way. It's like, no, don't be that stupid about it.
Right. It's not the same thing.
Yeah. There's particular ways where people are talking about memory and imagination. There's times where you should use your memory and imagination, and there's times where you shouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
And like when you talk about meditation and yoga is what helps you separate your mind from you.
Exactly.
And once you create that separation from your mind and you're not really thinking and you're not really imagining anymore. You're just being in the fucking moment.
In the moment, and that's all that matters. Because it's like, you can think about, for example, something bad can happen on this day, right? And then you spend the rest of the week thinking about what happened on one day, and now you're getting them same emotions. You're reliving the same emotions that's happened that one day. That's how powerful your mind is. You can think about you getting $1 million, marrying your dream crush, and you can get a good emotion. Use your mind for that. Don't think about something that happened in the past and get those bad emotions of what happened. Use your mind to always feed yourself. Like, that's what I want to inspire people to do. Change your mindset, because if you change your mindset, you change your life. Start being more proud of yourself, forgiving of yourself. Stop just targeting your insecurities and think that life is against you. No, change your mindset to know that you love yourself and that life is on your side and you can't do no wrong. That's how I'm looking at it.
Yeah. Talk about yourself right now, and I know when I talked to you, you're talking about getting into public speaking and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about how you're gravitating towards that and how you're gonna accomplish really getting out in front of the masses.
Basically, I feel like I do like meet and greets and stuff like that. So it's like I'm already getting used to talking in front of people in real life. I also had a booking where I got booked to talking to people in front of a stage, and I like it for real. Like I'm already going live. I feel like you going live. So I definitely want to start doing more events where I would have people. I go state to state and have people just come out, and I can just talk my shit on stage. Really, I feel like I just want to keep on expanding. And my main goal with this whole thing is just to see how far I can go. Cause like, not to boost my own horn, but it's like, I'm very talented. I'm a good artist. I'm funny. I'm a good content curator, all kind of stuff. I can do more than what I came up doing. So I want to push everything as far as possible to see like what's the limits. Like I want to see like how good can life get with this shit. Yeah. That's how I'm looking at it.
With everything that's been happening for you, what's been the moment that stands out to you the most for your own personal self that you're most proud of for yourself?
Such a great question. It's a lot of them. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot of them. It be small stuff, just like, it can be small as just somebody I looked up to liking my picture or something like that, or following me. It can just be small stuff, because it's like things like that don't happen to the average person. And I'm so grateful. I'm overly grateful. So it can be a small accomplishment and it can hold so much weight, because it's like, this didn't have to happen to me. So I feel like the most thing is just the whole Chopper shit, because Chopper my favorite rapper. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, the best artist is Young Boy, but like it's just I fuck with him as a person and I love what he do. It made him my favorite. Yeah. So he been my favorite for a while. So being able to be on stage with him and go to his crib and just have a talk with him face to face, and I'm just like, damn, Rell, this is not normal for your life. Like like this is a blessing, and that will be my main accomplishment, like the thing that showed me like you in a whole different caliber right now. Just being with him, being backstage, and just seeing how the other side is. And it's like that was the introduction to this whole life. And now it's like I'm used to things like that because it didn't happen so many times. So that's why I'm just always grateful that life turned out this way, because it didn't have to. I could have been a person that just was on the other side of the stick, that stayed in place that whole journey.
How have you been able to manage the people around you throughout this journey, the people that have been a part of it and the people that haven't been a part of what you started?
I'm to myself most of the time, like 24/7. I'm always to myself. Be times where I'm working with my brothers that's on the same type of time as me. Shout out Arcade, shout out DM9 TV. It's like people that's on the same type of time as me, and we'll work. But it's like most of the time I'm to myself. I have to cut like a lot of people off because it's like I have trust issues. Being before this social media shit, I didn't had situations where I had to fall out with a lot of close friends, and a lot of close friends did a lot of bullshit to the point where it's like, now that I'm blowing up, I don't even want to have no type of people like that around. So I'm very cautious and very sensitive of who I have around me. So it's to the point where I had to cut off everybody, and I'm just to myself all the time. And I know that when I get to the top, I'm align with everybody who's meant for me, basically. So right now, I'm just very cautious on who I have around me.
Are you staying away from relationships too?
Relationships is a motherfucker right now, bro. I'm not gonna lie, because it's like, I love women, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I love women, and I just know how women can be the only thing that mess me up, because it's like, it's just, if I put too much eggs in one basket, it can fuck me up and fuck up my focus, my journey, my happiness. So I really don't know how I want to go about it. Like, I really want a girlfriend right now, but I also don't, because I'm not going to be able to text you, see you all the time. I be too focused, so I can't really give no girl no energy. That's why it's like right now it's not a good time for a girlfriend, but it's just like I just love women, so I'm still doing my thing and shit, but I'm staying focused.
It's dope, man.
Yeah.
It sounds like you got everything pretty balanced in your mind for how you want to operate in the future.
Absolutely.
This has been a cool talk, man. Is there anything you want to talk about before we sign off?
I just want to let people know like it's gonna get better. They're like, every time people ask me for some advice or whatever, I just want to let people know it's gonna get better. You know what I'm saying? Because I know how I feel to be stuck and just feel like life is against you and this shit is over. So I just want to let people know it's gonna get better, and just like work for something in life. Don't be average. Like just try to do something, because it's a whole different level that you're used to. Like this life shit keeps getting better and better and better. If you don't try to get it better, it's gonna only stay the same. So that's my main thing, is just keep grinding, keep living for something. Don't survive. Other than that, bro, I'm just that's all. I'm just grateful.
Well, next time you're in town, let me know, man. We'll get you back on for a part 2. It's been an awesome topic. It's good to hear people still caring about other individuals' consciousness and well-being, right? And that's what it sounds like you are. You're the type of person where it's like you're not just focused on how to make yourself better, but the people around you and the people that are watching.
Absolutely.
So to get 1 million people on TikTok following you and hearing you, I'm sure is a blessing to you, but also to the people that, like we said earlier, don't really understand life at all or have any guidance or have anybody to really teach them anything. It's like,
right.
Especially if it's somebody around your age that can listen to somebody, it's more impactful for them to know that somebody that's around their age is talking to them in a way that maybe a 60-year-old would talk to.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's why I can get to people better, because I'm more relatable. My tattoos, where I come from, a cuss, all kind of shit. So it's like they can be more open to me than a random white dude with a science coat on or whatever like that. So it's like that's why people really fuck with me, because I'm relatable.
For sure. Appreciate you being a part of this. We're at Parallel Sound Studio, High Level Visual Shootings Productions. We're out.
My God. Appreciate it.